Yo, what's up, man? There is my Remington 700 police model. Bull barrel. Remington makes some of the nicest bolt action rifles that there is. Okay? But there was rumors going around about some of the Remington 700s were malfunctioning. And I did some research on that. And the malfunctioning part was due to people that were shooting, even some guys in the military. Because, you know, the guys in the military, just because they can shoot, doesn't make them a gunsmith. And they're doing their own trigger jobs on them. And they weren't doing certain things the right way. They were grinding down parts they really shouldn't be grinding down. And they're the ones where the gun was firing by itself. They would load a round in the chamber, close the bolt, and the gun would fire. Now this, I don't know too much about this, like the whole situation. So if you know anything other than what I found out, let me know or leave a comment, and that's cool. I'm just going by the research I did. I called Remington, and they told me pretty much guys are trying to do their own gunsmithing on the rifle, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And that's why the triggers were too sensitive, and they would close the bolt, and it was so sensitive it would just fire. Stuff like that. So, is there any kind of news where you got a Remington 700 fresh out of the box and it's doing it? If you can come up with something like that, that's a problem. But someone sent me a video from CNBC, CSNBC, something like that, and they really get into it. So from what I get from that video is the guys are trying to work on their own guns like gunsmiths, and you know, everyone thinks they're a gunsmith. You're not. And just because you can put accessories on a gun, you know, just because you can do little things like change a firing pin and stuff like that, dude, you're not a gunsmith. Okay, I'm not a gunsmith. It's a form of gunsmithing, yes, but you're not a gunsmith. Just because, you know, I can break a 1911 down to its bare frame, but I can only do it on certain 1911s. There's other 1911s I don't know how to do it on, like Colts and Kimbers, because they have some kind of pin. They have some kind of pin in the mainspring housing you got to get rid of. Like the GI's easy because you stick a little tool in there. But I mean, I can learn, but it doesn't make me a gunsmith. Okay, so be careful, dudes, what you're doing with these guns, man. Leave your triggers alone. Don't try to do trigger jobs. You don't know what the hell you're doing. Now Glocks are different because, you know, if you want to make your trigger a 5.5 to a 3.5, you order the part and you put the little part in there and it's done. You're not grinding and polishing and all that. I wouldn't do that kind of stuff, man, because a professional gunsmith should do that. You don't want to make your firearm too sensitive. You know, it's nice to have a light trigger because everyone knows trigger control is the key to shooting accurate. And I know the less trigger travel, the less the gun will move, and the more accurate you will shoot. Right? Right. That's why that Springfield XD right there is really, really accurate, because it has trigger travel, but it has free loose trigger travel. And then it stops. You understand? Like as the trigger is traveling with the XD, it's so light, it doesn't move the muzzle at all. But when you feel it stop, it has a real short trigger pull. Just like bam, you know, like a 1911. So that's why I recommend the XD. It doesn't have a long trigger pull. Glock's good too, but a Glock has a shorter reset trigger than the XD, which is cool. But you know, the first round you squeeze off on a Glock, it's kind of a long trigger pull. But you know, it's just, you know, you go back and forth. Everyone has their certain characteristics that has an edge on the other gun. But talking about the Remington 700, I just wanted to clear things up. I don't want people to be scared to buy a Remington 700, because if you look at history and you look at all kinds of gun forms, and reports the Remington 700 is like one of the big boys. It's like the daddy of bolt action rifles. Am I claiming it's the best? No, because I don't know enough about bolt action rifles to claim it's the best. But from what I hear, it's definitely in like the top 5 best bolt action rifles you can buy. Accuracy and everything. So this is the police model. It has an overmolded stock. It's beautiful. It's what do you call it? Synthetic. It's not wood. I prefer the Army green stock. You know, the OD green. I think it looks great with the black barrel. So maybe later I'll order the OD green stock for it, because I just like the way it looks, the contrast. I do need a bipod. You will need a bipod, but this is a heavy ass rifle. This is a professional sniping rifle, man. This is a sniper rifle right here. It has a pretty good scope on it. It's Nikon. Everyone knows Nikon glass is some of the clearest, beautiful glass there is. And it's like a $180 scope. It's nice. Right now it's zeroed in at 100 yards. You can hit a fucking aspirin with it, you know. But my gun range only goes to 100 yards, so you know this thing will go way farther than that. But right now, on 100 yards, it's unbelievable. It's like crazy accurate. It's got the bull barrel and shit. So I just wanted to give you a little update on the Remington 700 recall issue. That's what I found out. If anyone knows anything else about it, let me know. And I'd be, you know, glad to hear your comments. Thanks for leaving good comments and subbing. We're still climbing in subs. Money's really been tight, so that's why you haven't seen me at the range too much. Like I say, work is slow as usual. Slow as usual. So everything's fucked up right now. But you guys keep me going. Making the videos keeps me occupied, and it helps me with ammunition and all that shit. Helps me get ammunition so I can make the fucking range videos. Because as far as ammunition goes, I just can't be going to the fucking store and just buying like 500 rounds of ammo. Just not in the budget right now. So, yeah, so I got that rifle at Target Master, of course, and they bore sighted it, and then they you know, they mounted the scope and bore sighted it. That'll get you on paper. And then you have to really dial it in to split hairs. You know what I mean? Me and Mr. 45 Bullet sighted this one in. Is it sighted in perfectly? Not yet, but it's pretty fucking good. Like I said, we were putting almost round on top of round with it. Almost. So a couple little tweaks here and there, and I think we really can split some hairs with this bad boy. I love it. I don't shoot it much because I just haven't had the time to do it. And like I said, I got to get a bipod for it. And you want to get a Harris bipod. You want to get a good one. Don't go cheap with it. Okay? If you're getting one of these. They're like $65, $75. In the gun world, that ain't shit. That's like that's like bubblegum money. You guys know that. So, little update on the Remington 700. I really ain't got much to say today. I'm working on some little project. I think you guys will think it's funny. Because there's so much drama on my channel all the time. There's something I'm going to make, and we'll keep it in the camera's view all the time, and we'll constantly keep updates on it. It's going to be pretty funny. But that's it. It's a real short video for me. There's really nothing else going on. I wanted to, oh yeah. I always think, as soon as I shut the camera off, I'm like, oh, I forgot to say this, forgot to say that. I do that all the fucking time. I'm going to trade my Glock 19 for a Glock 23. I know I said, a lot of guys asked me about the 4th generation. This was months ago, though. Now, the 4th generation was having a little bit of issues, but I think I got the facts now. And I looked at the 4th generation, and I like it. I didn't like the stippling, but it's growing on me now. To me, it's looking better to me. See, that happens. You might look at a gun and go, man, I don't like that. And you might look at it again and go, maybe I do like that. So that's why you really got to take your time when you buy guns, or you'll You'll trade it in and waste money like I do. So I was looking at a 4th generation Glock. You know, with the strap. I won't use the straps because the straps make it from where it is now to bigger. So it's big enough for me now. So to me, that's no extra for me. But you're going to pay extra for it, whether you need it or not. So you're going to get some extra back straps with it. What I do like about it is, I love the mag release. They finally fixed the mag release. I can't stand Glock's mag release. It's just a square piece of plastic that sticks out with points on it that gets hooked on your clothes all the time. Scratches you and shit. Yeah. It's been that way for years. They finally fixed it. They made it flatter. They rounded it off. It looks real nice now. So I'm really thinking about getting the Gen 4. Now, the problem, what I heard about the Gen 4s was, I talked to Lima Life. She was having problems with her Gen 4. And the problem with it was, it's the 9mm, it's the Glock 19. The Glocks now have a stronger recoil spring in them, the Generation 4s. So the Glock 19, which is the 9mm, doesn't have enough gas pressure to operate the slide the right way. Like it won't push the slide back far enough because it's, you know, a 9mm don't have a big blast like a 45. So what she had to do was she had to get a lighter recoil spring in. Glock's supposed to send you one for free if you have a Glock 19 or a Gen 4 9mm, and then that'll fix the problem. There's nothing wrong with the gun. Now I'm going to get a 23, so obviously there's more gas power in a 40 than there is a 9, so it should be fine. So when I get it, we'll do a video on it. There's no sense in me talking about it now. We'll really get into it when I get a video. Like I said, guys that asked me about Gen 4s before, like Mike from the Firearms Channel, I said, dude, I wouldn't get one because I'm hearing weird things about it. Well, this is what the problem was. So if you want a Gen 4 now you know what the deal is. And I'm not a fan of 9mm anyway, so I'm going to go with the 40. I always wanted a Glock 23. Even when I got my Glock 19, I was conflicted. I'm like, man, I think I should get the 23. But the only reason why I didn't get the 23 is because I didn't have a 9mm. I just didn't have one, and I would like a 9mm in my collection. So the Glock 19 sat, and I never carried it because I'd rather carry a 40 caliber than a 9mm when I'm carrying. That's just me. So that's the deal. Okay. A buddy of mine was interested in my 19. I think I might do a little something with him, and he's a good guy. But I think I'm going to go for the Gen 4 23. I think I am. Oh, and the Gen 4 23s, or the Gen 4s period, if you look at them close now, because even the gun counter guy didn't notice it. If you look at the finish on them, they have like a cooler finish. It's more smooth and flat. Like if you look at your Glock now, if you have a 3rd generation Glock, it's real black. It has a leather vinyl look to it. Well, the Gen 4s have a more of a flat, smooth, less orange peel, smoother finish, lighter in color. It's like almost like a dark gray, more than black. And I think they look fucking great. I love the way it looks. So I'm getting excited about it. Alright? Alright guys, let me know how you like this update. It's just something to do. That's all. It's just a slow day for me. Talk to you guys soon.